It's Judgment Night on Channel 5. Troy Williamson defends his British Super Welterweight Championship against the pretty boy Josh Kelly. Who wins? Find out Friday, December the 2nd, 9 p.m, live and free on Channel 5.
This is Harry Judd for Boxing Social. We're in the common room here in Newcastle. Delighted to be joined by Kalle Sauerland. Judgment Day is nearly upon us. Nice compelling speech up there towards the end of that press conference. A lot of people getting good opportunities, debuts on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, the platform, Channel 5 this Friday is huge for Josh Kelly and Troy Williamson, battling out for world honours, fighting for world honours, bragging rights to the North East, storylines. You know, if you look at Josh's career, what a storyline that is, what a way it is to punch those critics' words back down their throats Friday night in front of a huge audience, you know. But that also extends to the platform, you know, of thousands of red-hot fans. Red-hot, you're not allowed to say that in this city, I don't think, actually. I'll be careful, I'm in Newcastle.
Near the stadium as well.
Hot fans, well, very, very hot fans on Friday night. And, you know, it's always lovely to hear the fighters also say, you know, oh, it's amazing to be sitting on the top table and I've never done this before. And, you know, it's exciting. But it's a tasty night, Friday night. It's a tasty night. And coming off Harlem Eubank last week against Tom Farrell, great fight, massive numbers. And it makes it, I think, that little bit more special when you know that performance has been seen by a couple of million people. You know, that's what it's about, isn't it?
Career-defining fight for both men, do you think? And where's the pressure lie in this fight? Is it with Troy or is it with Josh?
A career-defining fight, you have to always look at after a career, I believe. But will they go back and look at this? I absolutely think so. You know, I'm obviously...
Because where does the winner go? Where does the loser go? In terms of career-defining?
So, I mean, you know, you look at it, I truly believe this will be a statement win by Josh. I'm very confident in that. I believe it's Josh's moment. I believe Josh has that statement to make. He's been, you know, he's never come out and said, "What, you know, boxing dropped me," and you know, whatever. You know, he said that road back. He's done that in a very classy way. But I think that vented anger that inside is going to be channeled into positivity, and I think we're going to see a great fight. I do think it goes into deep waters, but I also see what Josh. Sorry.
Bless you, Kalle. Bless you.
I think we see what Josh is made of, and I think he's got that extra bit. I think that, yeah, I think that, you know, I just think that he's got the skill set, so classy, so fast, so accurate, you know. But Troy's a tough guy, so it's, you know. But you've got to go through those levels to get to where you want to go to. I do believe that this fight is already on world level. I think it's great. It's for the British Championship, but it's a world level fight. And add to that the spice of the fact it's in the North East. We know that sport is religion up here. We know that there is a certain rivalry between the two cities of the main eventers. You know, Sunderland and Newcastle, I don't think are the best of mates. And it's one of those ones on Saturday morning, you don't want to be waking up as the loser from Friday night and having to go down the high street. You know, you want to probably get yourself a balaclava.
You said they get behind their fighters. Sport is religion up here. What's ticket sales been like? I know Troy has sold a few, but has tickets gone well?
Very well. And Troy sold a lot of tickets. You know, he's got a few thousand coming just for him. But yeah, throughout the card, they've all got their fan bases up here. It's great. That's why a lot of promoters come up here. You know, but this is a special one. It's got that red hot. Okay, I've said red hot again. I'm not allowed to say red hot up here. I keep on forgetting that. But it's got that hot environment up here for sports, and you know, this fight's a special one. So it's gonna be good.
In May, you said, look, I want to build building blocks. You know, I want the British, European, and that sort of stuff. But you said that's not really the case with Josh. he's world level, you want to sort of springboard him and go straight on with worlds, or do you think European, that sort of route?
You have to take your opportunities in boxing. Yeah, look, there's some interesting fights to be made next year in this weight class. Florian Marcoux. There's a couple of domestic ones that are interesting, but Josh is about world titles, so we'll look at those. Sue, interesting fight. The things I fancy Josh in all those fights. I think he's found his weight. But let's talk after the fight about this. Let's enjoy Friday night first.
Look, as well, man on the card as well. A relatively newish signing for you, Lyndon Arthur. Again, it's a potential banana skin maybe with McIntyre. I know you're going to beat me down right now, but go on.
No, I'm not. No, because you're absolutely right. There always are when you've got that fight looming.
Yeah.
And, without giving away too much, because I can't right now, but we've got some very big things planned for Lyndon in the first half of next year. And he's unfortunately, he has to be aware of those things going on, and he'll be looking at this fight and knowing he has to go through it, but on the same time, it's one of those fights which just got out of the way, and Joel looks well up for it, doesn't he? He does. He certainly hasn't come here to lose, that's for sure. There's a real battle speech up there. It was a fantastic speech by him. See if he can back it up in the ring as well, El Toro. But he's nice. He's a good lad, and one thing's for sure, he hasn't come to lose. So, that it's sometimes that problem when you have a big name, and then is a big domestic name already. But when he's up against a guy who wants to make a name for himself, also domestic, it's different than if you're fighting a fighter who's come in from, Poland. It's a big difference. Yeah, it's a big difference. You've got to take that man's heart away as well as his chin.
We know you love a rematch clause, as announced yesterday. I guess there's no rematch clause here with Josh Kelly because he's the challenger, or am I completely wrong?
No, there's no rematch clause, no.
And obviously he won't be... Yeah, he did, yeah. Let's slide that. Look, as well, as mentioned there, we won't. If Josh Kelly is successful on Friday night, keep trying not to say Saturday, there's no chance really of him trying to win that belt right, trying to defend it, etc. If Josh wins it, will he defend it? Will he try and win it outright? Which he will, in your eyes?
What do you mean, to defend the belt?
Would you defend it and then win it outright if you defend it 3 times?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a strategy of mine, no. No. But at the same time, I'm hoping that in 2-3 fights he's fighting world titles. But, like I said around Eubank yesterday, it's not always the belts, it's also the blockbusters. And there's a lot of domestic blockbusters to make for Josh. Do those come first? I don't know yet. Right now I'm focusing on Friday night, live on Channel 5.
Live on Channel 5. Undercard streamed also on Boxing Social ad there as well. Let's obviously go back to yesterday as well, just quick questions on that. In the press conference as well, yesterday, Ben said you didn't want the fight. What was your reaction? I saw you in the chair as well. You were itching to get in there. Yeah, you were in there.
Finished though, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You were really fair, but you were itching to say something back to that.
I'm surprised that no one, because people love my mimics, let's call them. I'm surprised that no one with a nasty camera has picked up my face on when he made that statement. Because I had to bite my tongue.
You did, yeah.
I really did.
Really well.
I did well. Then I was really, really proud of myself actually. And but I gave it to him after. I mean, you've taken the piss, right? Seriously, I get he's trying to big his man up and he's sitting there, but
I think he said it twice as well. Not to just stir the pot a little bit.
I haven't caught up on. I'll do that probably in my hotel room tonight, amongst other things. I will catch up with Ben's interviews. I'm gonna have a good look at them because I'll tell you something. The next press conference is going to get hot for him. Yeah.
Marking my words, it's straight on here as well.
Listen, he called me up. It was a Friday or something, and I had an event on in I think it was Frankfurt, and I've said to him, yeah, it's interesting. I got all the options together. We had 2 other options. I've already said this yesterday. One was abroad, one was in the UK, and Junior's just gone, Liam Smith. And that's the way he talks on the phone when he talks to them, and it's very dry, and it's like, I'm like, okay, you don't fancy that one or that one? No, it's no. And I go, well, you sparred him. Any thoughts on that? He's just another man. So so he's so cool, calm, and collected, like he is on. He doesn't. What he said yesterday, I saw Junior said in one interview, he's very authentic. People think it's some sort of a thing, and obviously some of the posts he puts out, I'm sure he's not eating, Nusret, 4 kilo steaks when he's trying to make weight and things like that. There's of course showmanship to it, but the character, he is that guy out there trying to make a living in a KFC jacket. That is for me still the.
You got one of those? Just saying it. It'd suit you proper though. I mean, you ditch the tweed jackets. You'll have one.
I am a KFC man. I am a zinger man. I was always a zinger man. I love a Big Mac, but I am a zinger man.
Look, as well, we might have to talk about it.
If I get a jacket for Christmas, KFC, I'll wear it as well. Walk down Notting Hill in my KFC.
Not a little carnival.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, we have to mention it as well. News obviously broke yesterday as well with Eubank's interview with Sky Sports. You have to talk about it as well. The infamous, he wasn't aware of the first test in July. What can you tell us in terms of your info? Did you understand? Did you know?
I didn't know either. So yeah, I don't. But I'm not sure whether. I still don't know what else there is for us to know that we don't know, and we certainly don't know any. We've certainly not received any other test results. Is that because it didn't legally apply to us? I don't know, because I don't know the test results, do I? So that's something that I'm sure will come out. Like I think everything will come out, and we've got to be patient. That's why, by the way, also. People said, you said that the fight was going to be postponed. I said yes, and I do believe that fight should then be cleared or, have his punishment and serve his punishment, whatever it is. I do believe that the fight will still happen. But we couldn't wait around also waiting for that to happen, and it's just Junior's career. He's lost a fight this year because of that.
One more as well. The IBF situation with Filip Hrgović. That is your man. It's something you've got to provide for him as well.
If I don't tell you something, you won't be interviewing me for much longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Chasing me round the North Pole over Christmas, El Animal. No, Filip, don't worry. You relax. We're on it. We're on it day and night. And when we were on it, actually, after I finished the press data yesterday, was all last night on that one there with the lawyers and looking at the situation. I mean, the situation is quite simple, actually. It's not as complicated as people make out. The IBF has a process. They announced the mandatory position last year, February 2021. The last mandatory was Kubrat Pulev, which was already delayed because of COVID. Anthony beat him during the lockdown time. But that fight was already delayed. It was supposed to be at Tottenham Stadium, remember? I mean, I'm going pre-COVID, yeah?
All that time ago.
This has all gone on for. Then, we'd not signed, but agreed to fight Martin Bakole last February. Everything agreed. Then we got the letters from the IBF, pulled out of that, obviously, to fight for the final eliminator. Then we all know the story, the pullouts of Mr. Michael Hunter and the whole top 15. Then finally got Zhang, invested a fortune in the Zhang fight. So the whole time we're going through this process, he's costing us money, him time. Time is money for him as well, by the way. And then, the letters get sent out afterwards, which is standard process from the IBF. When those letters go out, we immediately, bang, hit them with a purse bid, right? Straight away. And that locks in a process of the IBF that you can't reverse. Now, not saying we're the unreasonable party here, let's sit down, find a solution if this super fight is going to happen. On the other hand, I don't know, it's not signed, it's not announced, so I can't sit back with my guy or our guy and do nothing, so you know, it's a very serious situation, you know, because we have to look after the interests of Filip Pergovic.
Kalle, thanks for your time. Live on Channel 5 Friday night and the Undercard live on Boxing Social. Thanks to Boxing Social, mate.
It's Judgment Night on Channel 5. Troy Williamson defends his British Super Welterweight Championship against the pretty boy Josh Kelly. Who wins? Find out Friday, December the 2nd, 9 p.m, live and free on Channel 5.